Hello BrewTubers, and welcome down the clubhouse for an update video. I've had a brew day today, Citra, Eldorado and Equinox Hazy Pale, and I've just done the first bit of the video for that. That'll be a grain to glass video. But yes, brief update, it was a good brew day. Not the smoothest brew day, but a good brew day. I've yet to take the gravity reading because I hot transfer to the fermenter and it's still a bit too hot to add the yeast and take the reading, so I don't know. I hope it's going to be alright, but I'm expecting it to be a few points under. Anyway, there we go. So yes, drinking my old London Porter, which is has just been on at the St Albans Beer Festival. Was it last week, week before? Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. Yes, I sent a Firkin there. It's the second time I've sent that beer there, and if I'm honest, I wasn't overly happy with it. It had a really earthy nose to it, and it just didn't pop. I wasn't impressed at all with it, actually. This same batch of beer, but on keg, is 100% better. It's a lot smoother, has that dark chocolate malt note, good bit of biscuitiness to it, touch of cinnamon toffee and licorice. You know, it's nothing like the beer I was drinking at St Albans, even though it's the same beer. So yeah, something's obviously gone wrong with that Firkin. I mean, it's drinkable, but it just wasn't as good as this kegged version. In fact, I sent another keg to Creative Juices in Maple Cross, so they've got a keg on there, and same batch, and apparently it's tasting like this. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, for some reason the cask just didn't do it. But yes, St Albans Beer Festival, it was rather good. It was very good, in fact. So I went on the Wednesday and the Thursday in the end. So Wednesday I went with the Creative Juices Brewing guys and the Pope's Yard Brewing folk. So it was a bit of a brewer's outing. Yeah, good. It was good. Lots of different beers. They had a Tyneside bar this year, so lots of interesting beers from that side of the country. They had a lot more kegged beers on. Really good variety. You know, excellent food, good music and stuff like that. Although I don't really go for the music, but it was on. But yeah, it was a really pleasant festival. God, I did have quite a bit. So the Wednesday had a lot because they drink a lot. Then went back on the Thursday, and with my dad and our friend Gordon, and we had another fair bit there. And yeah, didn't fancy going on the Friday or Saturday. Saturday I was supposed to go on a rail tour, which was cancelled because the rolling stock broke down with a flat spot. So yes, didn't go anywhere. And then on the Sunday we went to the King's Langley Beer Festival, just up the road, which was in the church. Really good selection of beers on, actually. For a very small beer festival, they had an excellent selection on. In fact, I think I got more drunk at the church than I did at the beer festival, St Albans one. But I did have every single half that they had going. They had, obviously, it was Sunday, so they had run out of some of the cask and keg beer, but yes. Anyway, I'm feeling depraved, so what I'm going to do now is add some coconut rum. This is really good plantaray, or plantation as it used to be known. Cut and dry coconut rum. Absolutely beautiful rum. But I thought it might be interesting to try it in my porter, make like a coconut porter, which would be quite fun, I thought. That'll do. A generous glug. I have had rum in beer before, never one that I've mixed. So there's a lovely beer called Death or Glory, which is 7.2% from Tring, which I had on last Sunday actually. And I have had it before where they've put a bottle of Kraken rum into the Firkin to make an ungodly but very tasty beverage. But yeah, so this is coconut rum in my Old London Porter. Oh Christ, you can smell that coconut. That's good actually. Oh, that's very good. Not if you don't like coconut. I do like coconut. Mm. See, why go to the hassle of making a coconut bloody porter? You just make a standard porter and add coconut rum to it to make it coconutty. Very naughty. You couldn't sell it like this. Well, I think the duty, boring tax aspect of it is quite complicated about adding liquors to, or rum, whatever it is, to barrels. I don't think it is as simple as it should be, or is. Anyway, whatever. I'm rounding. Yeah, coconut rum porter. Very nice, if not available. But yeah, no, if you do like rum and you like coconut, get that. It's very good. Very good. Just thinking what other liqueurs I could mix in with porter. I've got a nice ginger, King's ginger down there. Ginger porter. Anyway. Yes, so yes, what's going on then? So brew day today, as I mentioned, and I'll be posting a grain to glass video of that when it's ready. Citra, Eldorado, and Equinox. Tomorrow morning, I'll need to pitch the yeast because it's still too hot to pitch the yeast, and take the sample reading for the original gravity. So that's tomorrow morning's job. Then tomorrow off to Didcot, taking a model railway exhibition there. So that's tomorrow. Sunday, might have a bit of a tidy up in the brew shed possibly. You know, I had to tidy up after brew day, but there's a few things in there which don't need to be in there, and they're just taking up space. Like I've got hop spiders which I don't use anymore. So why have I got them lying around? So, I mean, ideally I need to get rid of them. So, you know, I don't need them anymore. So I'll just put them in the storage shed and forget about them probably. But yeah, I want to tidy up the brew shed a bit. Then back to work on Monday. Funeral at the end of the week. And then another beer festival next weekend at another church. This time All Saints Church again. Like King's Landing was All Saints Church. This is All Saints Church, but in Croxley Green. We've been several times before. It's a very good beer festival. So I will be going on Saturday definitely, possibly Sunday. Friday I doubt it, but we'll see. So yeah, just looking forward to it. And then yes, sort of, you know, working weekend after that. And then I think November rears its ugly head. We close at the end of October after Halloween at work, so my hours will change. Doing the same amount of hours, but they'll go to midweek hours. And then, yeah, you know, Christmas will soon be rearing its bloody ugly head. Hopefully I'll get a few more brews in before then. I would like to do a bitter. Just a standard, no, not fancy bitter. I did think about picking some hops. I haven't got many hops this year. I've got loads of grapes though. I mean, look at that. That's a small bunch, which I've eaten half of. But I've got loads of grapes this year. But yeah, hops haven't done well. I did think about doing a green hop bitter. I might chuck a few cones in. But as I was getting the hops out of the freezer today for today's brew, I noticed I've got a load of Olicana. Because I did used to do a Jester and Olicana beer. So I was thinking perhaps I should do a bitter with that, because it's quite a nice hop. Yeah, so I'll think about that. In fact, there was a pale ale the Three Brewers of St Albans did a beer called Balico Blonde. I think it was 3.8%, and that used Olicana hops in a pale ale, and it was really very tasty. I quite enjoyed it, so I think I might just do a bitter version of that. Bit stronger though, it's winter after all. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I've told you everything that you want to hear, and I'm starting to go crazy with my scientific rum and beer experiments. Although I might try the ginger one and come back to you on that one. So there might be a postscript just with the ginger version, but for now I'm going to say toodaloo, and yes, the next video will probably be the grain to glass of today's brew day, but yes, that's a future episode. Cheerio, bye. So the gingery postscript, I did try it. So that's King's Ginger there. Very nice liqueur, quite strong. Actually made for King Edward VII, sort of a gingery, lemony mixture. So I was quite sparing with it because it is a very strong, spicy, gingery flavour. But yes, let's dive in. Very nice. Very very autumnal. You get a nice warming gingeriness to the beer. But yeah, still good chocolatey, malty, just with a bit of ginger. As you would expect from adding ginger to a beer. Tastes like gingery beer.